Respect. Not genuine love, respect, pay the street, appreciate sound to the genuine ones only. You know, if you had a long week this week and you was just trying to find balance within your week and you was getting discouraged or you used to feel like fear was kicking in, that was only the enemy talking to you. It's like your thought process, so you won't be able to show up for yourself. But to understand yourself today, to understand that you have to find proper balance within yourself, because understanding the sign within the assignment, that you got to be genuine and true to yourself, to understand that having self-awareness is very important. And you can't overthink yourself, and you can't overlook yourself in unhealthy ways, because when you tuned into God, God is patient with you, and God wants you to be patient with your process for you showing up for yourself. And I say that respectfully. It's not for everybody, and it's okay to have freedom of speech, but God protects you every direction. The enemy will allow you to feel like the enemy will allow you to feel discouraged. The enemy will allow you to feel like you're in fear, as you're supposed to be in fear, or giving up on yourself was part of the plan, and it was never part of God's plan, because God allowed you to see another day for a reason. God was patient with your process, and God wanted you to see that you can be patient. If God could be patient with you, you could be patient with yourself. Good day, bad day, misunderstanding day. Never get discouraged, because God didn't install that within you. Having faith within yourself to understand that you're a believer, to understand how faith works. You are the miracle within yourself to show for yourself. Good day, bad day, misunderstanding day. You just gotta be patient with your process. Just because someone overlooked you, or somebody gave up on you, or someone didn't understand you because they thought you was doing too much, or because they not in tune to getting to know you for who you truly are, and they painted you out to be somebody that you truly wasn't. At the end of the day, like, that's their loss, not yours. Because what's genuine for you would be for you, with no malicious intentions, like your thought process, your freedom, or your eyesight. When you reevaluate your thought process and say that you're having a moment to yourself to figure yourself out, to find balance within yourself, but you don't know how to find balance. When you believe in God, and God believes in you, and you believe in the God within you, God's going to show you how to be patient with yourself. And I say that respectfully. Take a moment to yourself to reevaluate your thought process. Take 5 minutes out of your day, or how many minutes out of your day when you have that time to spare. It's 24 hours in a day, and you could at least get 10 minutes to yourself, 20 minutes to yourself to reevaluate your thought process. That's either going for a walk, or walk to the store, or just to sit somewhere, sit down real quick and say, you know what? I gotta reevaluate my thought process. I should not be overthinking myself, because God allowed me to be patient with my process. God is showing me that at the end of the day, that don't get sidetracked as to what God allows you to see, that was generally for you. Because when God starts to remove people out your life, God's removing people out your life for a reason. So you could be able to see. So you could be able to see for yourself. And I say that respectfully, because when you're in tune with God, when you know, you feel like it's cloudy and you just can't see. You can't see the day, and you're just trying to find balance within yourself. And then everybody's is throwing their problems at you on top of problems that you're going through within yourself. And you dealt with childhood trauma, and then dealing with childhood trauma going into your adulthood, dealing with trauma on top of trauma, and you never did the proper healing within, and everything just became a problem within a problem of your thought process, because you never found the proper balance to know how to balance life yet. Sometimes we overlook certain things and figure out, okay, we can do everything. We can complete all these we can complete so much, right? We can complete so much, right? And being that we can complete so much at one time, you put too much on your plate, and then you feel drained. And then you feel like you don't want to be bothered with nobody right now, because everybody is just bringing you down and disrespecting you, not trying to take the time to say, you know what, this person really needs a minute to themselves. Sometimes in life, we got to just find the proper balance for yourself and everybody else, because you got to make it make sense in your book. Your health comes first, and I say that respectfully. Your health is your first priority. Without your health, you're nothing. So if you're trying to be superhero to everybody else, at the end of the day, be superhero to yourself at the same time too, you got to make sure you're good mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually as well too, if you tuned in. Because if you're not tuned in with yourself, You're going to overwhelm yourself. You're going to drain yourself. Then you're going to start to have problems within problems. It's going to be sick. High blood pressure. Problems on top of other problems within your thought process, within your body, within your food pattern changing. And I say that respectfully. You know, all because you didn't take the time to find the proper balance to how to balance your life out yet. And sometimes we have to reevaluate our thought process to find out how do we find the proper balance to balance our lives instead of allowing, you know, being overwhelmed with everything that we got going on. Either you got kids or you don't have to have kids, or you just deal with other people and you know what I mean, you take care of everybody else, but you put yourself last. You can't put yourself last. Even when you have kids, you cannot put yourself last. And I say that respectfully because putting yourself last, let me tell you what's going to happen to you. And I say this respectfully. People will disagree. But when you put yourself last and you get sick, and you could have saved yourself before you got sick because you ignored certain symptoms within your body and you just was like, you know, it's just the norm to me. Something that became the norm became you being ill. How are you supposed to show up for everybody else and you can't show up for yourself? And I say that respectfully. That's why you have to have balance. Balance for yourself, balance for your kids, and balance for anybody else. And I say that respectfully. In order for you to be there for your kids, mentally, physically, at the end of the day, you have to be okay with them. Mentally, physically, and emotionally. You have to be stable. And know that having healthy balance within yourself, you can become your best self version of yourself. So you don't feel like you're doing too much. And I say that respectfully because nowadays it's like, you know, you get too overwhelmed with this and that and this and that because you never found the proper balance. And I say that respectfully. You know, I'm not here to disrespect nobody in no shape or form. But, you know, a lot of stuff may go over somebody's head. But when you understand yourself to have self-awareness, self-respect, self-healing, self-control, self-discipline, self-care, self-value, self-worth, self-patience, self-peace, self-love, self-confidence, and healthy boundaries, these are the tools that God installed within us so we can become our best self-vision within ourselves because God allowed you to see another day. And God was patient with you so you can show up for yourself, to show that you can have the balance within the balance, to balance everything out in your life, but you just got to be able to know how to. When you find out how to balance everything out, you'll be mindful when you get sick. You will get less sick before you get sick because you have balance. And I say that respectfully. You having all these heart problems and all this other stuff, and you saying, oh, it's because of your kids, it's because of this, it's because of that. No, stop blaming everybody else. You need to take the responsibility on yourself. Because you never started the healing with yourself and you never found the proper balance. That's the problem with society today. Not finding the right balance and blaming everybody else. It's called respecting yourself at the end of the day and having true self-awareness. I truly appreciate the time to the genuine ones only. Now your genuine love, respect. Just because someone gave up on you, don't give up on yourself. Just because someone overlooked you, don't give up on yourself. You are genuinely loved by all the right people. You are genuinely respected by all the right people. And you should be treated with respect 365 days with no malicious intentions to bring harm towards yourself and others around you. Never allow the enemy or hate, disguise, or personal malicious intentions to psych you out your thought process, loving your freedom, because you are worthy and you matter. When it starts with healing, it starts with you. You got to be genuine and true to yourself. You can't have one foot in one door, one foot in the other door. It would never make sense. Protect your energy because not everybody's having your time. I truly appreciate the time to the genuine ones only. Have a safe day and a safe weekend. Protect your energy because not everybody's having your time. They will try to cycle your thought process, loving your freedom or your eyesight and your pockets to act like they're so in tune with God and the whole entire time. They trying to cycle your thought process, so protect your energy because not everybody's having your time. I truly appreciate the time to the genuine ones only. Have a safe weekend. Naya, genuine love, respect. Love yourself with God's protection for every direction. Love yourself with God's protection for every direction. Respect. Have a good day.